Yo, what's going on, guys? And guess what's being reported? I made a video on August 5th saying that the Lakers have interest in Cam Reddish. And this was coming from just reading tea leaves. And it was more of an assumption than an actual sourced quote. Now, this is coming from Marc Berman of the New York Post, which, again, the New York Post, we're not going to sit here and be like, it's the most best sports reputable source. No, but I'm going to just put it here and be like, my tea leaves were read right. Now, Jazz president Danny Ainge likes RJ Barrett, but he has prioritized gaining 4 unprotected first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell, a 3-time All-Star. That may not be possible unless a third team, such as the Lakers, could be added to revive talks. According to a source, the Lakers are open to discussion and are still interested in forward Cam Reddish, among other players. Ainge reportedly has his eyes on the Lakers' 2027 picks and the 2029 picks. Well, both those would make that word plural. Knicks president Leon Rose has yet to offer more than 2 unprotected first-round picks, along with 3 conditional picks, which are not as enticing to Ainge as reported first by the Post. According to a source, the Knicks are hopeful they can pull off a deal for Mitchell without Barrett. The sources say the Knicks would not have come to this decision in giving Barrett an extension if they felt like it would have killed the trade. Now, Utah never wanted to be the team to pay Barrett, let New York overpay for a decent but not, top-of-the-line player, one coaching source said. But Mitchell can wind up in New York as soon as they come to an agreement on how many first-round draft picks are included. Toppin, Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier contracts are likely the trio in a deal with those 5 picks. Now, that's where I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of all this? How much would you give up? But we're really talking about Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is an interesting cat because due to the fact that what would you get out of Cam Reddish at this point? And because movement shooting wise, I mean, Cam Reddish, there was a point like this year he arguably had his best shooting year with the Hawks, but he was supposedly a detriment to the locker room, and that's part of the reason why they got rid of him. Now, I'm in the camp that I really do believe that Cam Reddish can come out here, and he's shown the ability to be, an at least average defender, and this is something that I think people are just not going to talk about at all, but his defensive rating for this season was not pretty. It was 113. Okay, that's part of the reason why he was not on the floor. But Cam Reddish for his career has shown the ability not to be, a terrible defensive player. All right, he's shown he can. I mean, his career defensive rating is 114. He's been terrible, but in 2020 to 21, there was times where he was actually, when the Hawks were playing good defense, Cam Reddish could. But again, Cam Reddish was actually one of their weakest links offensively. So at the same time, I give you that argument. Cam Reddish was played off the floor. But I do have faith that Cam Reddish could fit into this as a depth guy, a role player. We've seen guys do that before. And for Cam, this past season, he was actually shooting the least amount of threes in his career and was making them at the highest clip, okay? He was shooting 3.8, and years before he was shooting about, almost 5 threes a game. And he was shooting them at 36% basically, almost 37. So for me, when I look at this, I'm like, okay, Cam's a guy who needed less attempts, okay? Whenever he shot about 10 a game, his numbers were bad, but, it seems like he's a guy, 20 minutes a night, he could develop into something, especially with the right coaching defensively. I think he could be something good for them. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this? Would you give Cam Reddish the light of day if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, or you just tell him to go fuck himself? I do think it's an interesting situation that they put themselves in, and that's where I want to hear your thoughts down below. What would you do if you were them and why? But yeah, basically that's it. I think you guys, it's gonna be interesting as all hell. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm done. So have a great day, guys, and check out my NBA show. Links in the description. Until next time, guys. Peace. We're gonna go now. Bye-bye.